Sure. So it's Crossing Black Waters. Can you see? And it was released. It was a finalist in the Stephen F. Austin State University Press Awards in the U.S. and was released last year. I released it in a number of places last year at UC Berkeley, UC Davis, and a number of bookstores, and then also with Poetry Flash. So I did a US tour. I've also been in a couple of festivals talking about it. But it's essentially a book about borders. The whole book is a series of interconnected poems which all explore the notion of borders and boundaries. So I go from actually the partition of India, which is where I have a family connection with the partition because my family moved from Lahore. And so I moved from the partition to sort of emigrating to the US, and then also explore the notion of borders as a life and death issue. And as poetry is a wonderful way of really looking in depth into a specific subject, and I feel I was able to do that in this book, just focusing on this issue of borders. So I'm quite pleased with it, and I'm working on my second book now, which is expected to come out actually early next year. Supposed to release this fall, but it's called Sita of the Earth and Forests. But it's an exploration of women, so it's a different, completely different topic. But yes, so Crossing Black Waters. And it's available both in the US, worldwide, and in India. So, well, I think actually waters is a very, it's a very enigmatic and actually ambiguous and problematic topic, because firstly, it's we're talking about the issues of identity and how they're dissolved when you move. So black waters is, it used to be a sort of idiom for when Indians would lose their identity if they crossed the oceans. They were not allowed to have their final funeral rites if they ever returned, because it was believed that they had lost whoever they were when they left. I was very interested in taking that notion and applying it to how all of us in a way have to sort of have an identity loss, and again, because we develop new identities when we cross borders, when we move to a different place, when we become different people. And especially in our trans-geographic world, it's so commonplace for people to have to move. And this book explores the notion of home, which is a very, these notions can be explored in an essay, but they're so laden with personal beliefs and with the ideas of loss and beauty and longing. And I think poetry is the perfect medium to explore them, because it really would ring a chord with a number of people, and it would ring a chord in their hearts, as well as enjoyment in the minds. Yes, the poems in this book are almost, some of them are 10 years old. There are a few poems that happen right off the bat. There are very few of them. A lot of them I look at over months and years, and then it begins to emerge. A poem, most of them are born out of inspiration, but then it takes years to actually uncover where they want to be and who they want to be. So I definitely take my time with my work. As I said, my second book, my publisher accepted it to be published last year, and I'm still not entirely happy with it, so I'm holding on to it. But I feel like a work, when it's out there, it's out there. So I want to take my time with my poems. Oh yes. So even after the book is out, I'm like, oh dear, I wish I hadn't included that poem in that book. But then, because I take so long, most of them are fine by the time I put them out. But you do evolve as a writer too. And the good thing is, you don't want to revisit those poems, because you would write a different kind of poem now. So I think each poem has its time and place, and which is good. Otherwise, we'd be sitting on the same collection and completely revising it for all the changes we are and become. So Uh, well, my poetry is transformed, and also I've transformed. The topics that interest me have changed, and also what I'm interested in doing with the poem. Maybe it's experience, maybe it's just I'm at a different stage. So both those factors have changed the way I look at poetry, which is good. Change is always good for the most. Um, well, I feel that poetry is an exploration for me, and it's an exploration of some deeply philosophical ideas, but one that involves music. It involves a form that is extremely succinct, where you're trying to get across in few words something that should touch the heart as well as the mind. So it's a deeply ambitious genre and form of art, and one that takes years of skill. So I'm interested in both the mental aspect, the intellectual aspect, as well as the aesthetic, as all poets are. So poems do take time. I might have one, but it changes. It changes. I might look at that poem after writing it. When I first write it, I'm very, happy. Oh, this is wonderful. And then 2 weeks later, I'm a little less enthused. And then maybe 6 months down the line, I've completely tossed it and I've rewritten it. So, and it's interesting to track one's own change in the way one looks at a poem, because it shows how you've changed in your thinking and how you've grown in many ways. Like you're no longer thinking that way. So, a poem grows with you. So, well, I feel that this poetry book is for our generation. It's because even if people don't move abroad, they move from the town to the city, and that's a huge move. I think of a woman moving, especially a traditional woman moving to her husband's house, it requires a complete makeover. So anybody who's kind of looking at reinventing oneself, whether it's in a new job or new city, deals with these same issues. And I wish more people would pick up poetry and read it, because it would let them get closer to themselves and a more subtle aspect of their lives by engaging with with this very subtle and beautiful art.